Welcome back, all you Flux Alternate viewers, and if you're here for the first time, I'd like to welcome you to the channel. And today we're going to be looking at the Blink Outdoor Camera 4. We're going to be breaking down all the ins and outs of the new camera, which includes doing an unboxing, an overview of all the items within the boxes, specs and performance, basic app setup and configuration, looking at some of the features that were there previously, but also some of the great new features that they've actually added. And at the end, I'm going to do a conclusion and break down exactly what my thoughts are on this, and the pluses, the minuses, and what you should do with your money. Should you buy the old one or purchase the new one and upgrade? So make sure to subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell so you can hear more about these types of devices and how to set up your smart home. So what is in the box? We've got the Blink outdoor cameras. So in this package, we have two. We have the mounting kit, AA lithium metal batteries, the power adapter, the USB cable, and we have the sync module 2. So here we have it, the unit itself, the Blink Camera 4. And as you see, it's all black, just like the previous ones. But instead of it being a shiny, glossy finish, this time it's been finished in the matte, which gives it more of a quality looking product. At the front, we've got the Blink logo. We've got hard black plastic. And down here is a rubberized surface to it. We have the Blink logo, and we also have a pinhole here, which is most likely for the microphone. And previously we had the camera set off to the center, but now they've actually moved it to the left-hand side of the unit. We also have a little LED here just to let you know when it's actually recording. So across the center here, when the camera is actually turned on, you'll see some LEDs behind this rubberized black. And when you're connecting to the camera, you'll see it highlighting red. Now, I think you can probably add additional functionality to those LEDs, but from what I've seen so far, it only is used for when you're connecting to the camera. And this pinhole LED lets you know when it's actually in record. Moving around to the side, we have a speaker grill here, and it's nice, quite big in size compared to the actual unit itself. Moving around to the back again, we have the Blink logo. We have a rubber grommet, which if we release this, allows us to access the USB-C. Then we have this screw release, which enables us to remove the back plate. And I think this is another speaker grill. Moving around to the other side, absolutely nothing there, nothing at the bottom, and then nothing at the top of the device. My thoughts on this right now is really nice and compact. I like the way it's put together. It feels quite solid. Doesn't feel like if you drop this, it's going to cause much of a impact to the actual camera itself, and also the visuals. Whereas the previous camera, which was really shiny, can be easily scratched, but this looks like it will take more of a knocking. So let's cover some of the specs. So as you can see at the back of the box, it breaks down the tech specs. So we've got it comes with camera batteries. So two AA 1.5 lithium batteries. The camera resolution now, it's saying video up to 1080p in HD. Photos up to 640 by 360. Now at this point, I really would advise you to stick around to the end so you see all the videos and the comparisons between the old camera and new camera. Now you may look at the packaging of the new one and the old one and say, hey, it's got the same resolution, but for some reason, something has changed. Now I think this is mainly due to the size of the sensor that is in the camera. And you may be thinking to yourself, oh, it's not going to be that much different, but the dimensions of the camera is 70 by 70 by 41 millimeters. The sync module is the exact same sync module 2 that's been in the previous versions. And maybe at some point they might upgrade it, but right now the sync module does what it needs to do and is always the best thing to add to this bundle if you buy it individually or if you buy it as part of the package. Now, the addition of that is that you can record directly to the sync module, which means you don't have to rely on cloud storage, and you can always access that data, those videos, those images from the device when you're at home on your Wi-Fi, or even when you're away from home, just connecting to the module via the internet. So the requirements of this is high-speed internet connection, such as broadband or fiber. The wireless network must be a 2.4, so the application can run on all your mobile devices, such as iOS, Android, and Fire OS. Now, if you've used any of the previous Blink doorbells, there's a few issues when you're trying to synchronize it and configure it with the Alexa devices, especially the Fire TV sticks. But for this time round, using the new camera, I found that it's been seamless. Now, it says here on the box that the battery life is up to 2 years and is based on the default setting. Battery life will vary depending on device setting, use, and environmental factors. So I'm guessing that relates to how much activity is happening, how many notifications the camera is having to take, how much it has to relay that data over the internet to the cloud or to your storage device on your sync module, and how long the videos are, how many images you're taking. And I think one of the biggest things is the resolution that you're actually recording the video. Now, you can be recorded in 1080p HD, but you can bring it down. I think it's 2 different levels. Now, if you were to do that, you would extend the life of your battery. But in my case, I don't mind just reaching out and replacing those batteries every couple of months, just making sure I keep an eye on it. But I think there may be a way around this. So if you subscribe to the channel, look out for that notification when I give you those extra tips. So let's have a look at the application and see what's bringing new to the table. So as you can see right here, I have the Blink Camera 4 and the Blink Camera 3. And you might see off the bat straight away that I'm getting a lot more real estate that I can view from the camera of the Camera 4 compared to the 3. Now let's just click into the settings of the camera itself. And the general settings here, we got the Blink Camera 4, which I've named it. Once you name it and you connect it to your Alexa, it will register as that name. We have the battery level. It tells you where the firmware. We have the LED status. So it enables you when it's recording for the light to come on, or you can actually turn that off if you feel like it. We have the connection to the Wi-Fi, so you can see how strong it is, and the connection to the sync module, which is really important because this is where it's going to be recording all of your videos and images and your notifications. And then at the bottom, we have the temperature. And this is really good, so you can tell what the temperature is outside before you even leave to go on your way for the day. So coming back out of that, let's look at the motion settings. So first of all, we've got motion detection, which you can turn on and off, and it will notify you to your phone, and you can have it to notify you on your Alexa device to let you know if someone's coming to the front door, the back door, if there's any other types of motions when you're away from home or when you're at home. Now we have motion recording types. Now this is new, so choose what notifications you receive and what recordings are saved. So let's click into that, and we have all motion or person detection. Now this is the new functionality that they've added, that it just will pick up people in general, rather than any movements from animals or things falling over or tree movements and stuff like that, which is really, really good. So you don't get any false notifications. And they initially give you, I think it's a 30 or 60-day trial, which you can test it out. And as it says, all motion detecting recording will be saved in the clip tab. And if you select the person detection, only person detection recording will be saved in the clips tab. So on free trial, which you can test it out, and I will do later on down the line and share that with you. You got the motion sensitivity. Now you need to adjust this as you're going along to see, you know, what types of things in your garden or in your garage or wherever you have the camera that may be giving you false notifications. You want to change that. So you can adjust that as you're going along and just see what works best for you. Another area that we have is motion zones. So this allows you to either detect or record. So detection will just allow you to detect any movements and send notifications to your devices or your mobile phones. As you can see in this example, the activity zone, anything that's grayed out, won't pick up any notifications if anything moves within the area. Privacy zones is a little bit different, works in the same manner, but this time, instead of actually just sending notifications, what it allows it to do is anything that moves in the unhighlighted area, it will start to record and let's send that to the cloud or to your sync module device. Back to activity zones, and if we click on advanced, it now enables us to select more areas. So whereas before we had larger squares, but now you have twice the amount of areas that you can highlight that you don't want detection from, which is different to the camera 3, which doesn't allow you to do that even though it's the same software. And we got the trigger time. So adjust the time after a motion event during which the camera will not detect motion. So the minimum you can get is 10 seconds. Once there's some type of motion, after 10 seconds, it will look to see if there's any more motion going on, but it won't do it continuously within that 10 seconds. So if someone's moving around on your back patio, for example, you don't want to be notified every second that someone's there, because it's just going to cause you lots of annoyance and other people that are using the app as well. So you can change that from being 10 seconds and you can move that all the way to just under a minute with 59 seconds there. So coming out of that, we can look at video and photo settings, so video quality, night vision, and more. So this is great here, your clip length. You can change how long, once there's been motion, the video is going to record for. You got the video quality. I currently have it at best because I don't mind actually replacing the batteries every couple of months or so. And you'll see it gives you a breakdown of the benefits in changing the video qualities. So best, you got standard, and you got saver. We also have end clip early if motion stops. So clip recording will stop as soon as the camera stops detecting any motion. So if someone's moving around, you can have it as soon as they leave. So it saves on your camera battery, but also saves on, the storage that you have on your sync module. Now we have the night vision, and you can turn that on and off. I currently have that off because I have porch lights, and which are quite bright, and I've also set them up so anytime there is a notification of a movement from my blink camera, I'll have it so it turns my lights on my porch even brighter, so then I can make sure I'm always able to see in full color exactly what's going on. If you don't have that, if it's in the back garden where there's no lighting, you can have it so that the night vision comes on. Once the sun goes down and it gets a bit darker in the afternoon, the night vision will come on to make sure you can still see. The only downside to that is you won't see it in color. And we've also got the last part, which is photo capture. Take a photo once per hour when enabled and armed. Now that's really good if you just want to keep an eye on what's actually happening in and around the area. If things have changed, you can come back home, or you can connect to your sync module and see what's been happening over the hours. But I will say, the more pictures that you're taking, then the more impact it's going to have on your battery. So down to audio settings. So you have the speaker volume. You can turn that up and down. I'll just have that really as loud as possible. And I'll show you how that sounds in a real world example. This is Blink Camera 3 audio. And now this is Blink Camera 4 audio. We also have privacy settings. So we get the privacy zones, which I spoke about earlier on. You can actually access it from here. So you got video recording, so you can actually turn that off if you don't want to be recording, but you just still want notifications. And the audio streaming, turn off or disable the audio feature on your camera. So if you don't want to record the audio, you can actually have it turned off, so you're not recording that alongside the video. And it's totally up to you, depending on who's in your household or what's happening in your environment. You might want to have the ability to change that and turn it on and off. So again, back to the front of the module. And just for a quick example, I'll show you, you can see these two cameras. A lot more real estate is able to be seen here on the Blink Camera 4 compared to the Blink Camera 3, which is a lot less that you can actually see. So in this example, you can see all the way up to the front of the house, and then you can see the cars in the background, whereas in this one, you're not able to see that extended view. You could tilt the camera, for example, but then you wouldn't see exactly who's at your front door. So it is great to have that additional real estate. You can change it armed and disarmed whenever you like. You can check out your sync module to see what's going on there. You go into your clips and you see all your clips of your notifications that happen throughout the day. Now for each camera, you will do those settings individually. So one of the great things about having one of these Blink cameras is that you can add the routines into your Alexa devices or your Alexa connected devices and just have them do routines. So in this example, we're using the camera to use the detection to trigger a routine, which then enables the lights to brighten up for a certain amount of time. And then when there's no motion, it will just go back to what it was previously. So going into the device, you can then click on more routines. And as you can see right here, I have one called backdoor camera detects motion. And when the backdoor camera detects motion, every day between 8 p.m. and 6 a.m., backlight 1 and backlight 2 will go up to 100%. Just for demo purposes, I've had it wait 20 seconds. So after 20 seconds of no motion, the two lights will then go back down to 10%. So the benefits of that, I don't need to use a night vision, which then turns your camera black and white or grayscale. I can just keep it in color at all times. Now you may not have that in the area that you're trying to have some surveillance on. So you might need to use the night vision, and still you can use the IR to detect when there is motion in the nighttime and trigger other things within your home. So you could have lights in your house, someone gets detected at the front door, you might have lights inside the house turn on, or you might have the TV turn on or the music turned on or whatever it is. I find that quite useful at the minute. If I have to go out late at night, I want to make sure that all the area is lit up so I can see what I need to do and just check and make sure everything around me is okay. So if you've ever used any of the Blink devices in the past, you may have found that connecting and synchronizing certain routines within the Alexa app can sometimes not go as it should do. I found straight out of the box with the Outdoor Camera 4 that is quite easy, and I haven't had any issues apart from initially just having to reattach the device to the Alexa automation. But then after that, everything went nice and smooth. I was able to create other automations, which I'll show you in just a moment, of how you can have your Blink camera show up on your Fire TV stick and then display the camera on your TV or on any of your Amazon devices that have displays. So price wise, you'll be happy to know that this is quite an affordable setup. So with the new devices coming out onto the market with the Outdoor 4, now the Outdoor 3 has gone down dramatically in price. Now, is it worth buying the older version? Thinking about it, depending on your budget, but I would suggest definitely going for the Outdoor 4. The Outdoor 3, it's okay. I initially bought a couple to set up. I didn't find them that great, and because I had a few issues with synchronizing and making sure that I could do the automations for Alexa, it kind of made me take them back and just keep my old setup. But with the Outdoor 4, I'm pleased to say that I will be keeping these and be doing some more reviews and showing you some tips and tricks on how to get the most out of your setup. So marks out of 10 for this device. Now I've only had it for a limited amount of time, so I've only had like two weeks now, and I will give it probably an 8.5 out of 10 for the device, whereas the Blink Outdoor 3 I would probably give a 4 to 5. The video quality, I must say, has stepped up enormously in the daytime, but you will see like tenfold during the night when the low light is trying to be absorbed by the camera. The Outdoor 4 does a way better job. You can see more detail, what's in the distance, what's up close, who it is, the colors. I just saw earlier on in a demonstration. I definitely would suggest that you get the Outdoor 4 rather than the Outdoor 3. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and hit that like button so you can see more videos like this and stay up to date with all the new releases in and around home automation. Flux Automate.